Hi, Scorpio. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to 2019, January. Um, yeah, I'm hoping that this reading is helpful for you. I have no idea what we're going to find out, but it's been interesting with Scorpio energy just because it seems like there's kind of like I don't know, like an interesting storyline or theme happening, and it's hard energy. But let's get into what we get into. Let's see what happens for you guys. I'm very curious because it's been a bumpy ride the entire time for the last few months. So show me energies present for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regard to love and relationships, January of 2019. So you have the Five of Cups in reverse. That's good. That's positive, Scorpio. That's coming out of energy that's long, painful energy, regret, frustration, crying over spilled milk, worried about things that didn't go your way or the way that you would hope that it may have gone. Yeah, let's keep going. Show me more energy for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you have the Seven of Cups. Good. So it's almost as if coming out of coming out of some confusion, not even some confusion, like coming out of a way of being, of thinking, like that's what I'm feeling, like coming out of, like when you're immersed in something for so long, there like conditioning happens within your life, within yourself. It's almost as if you're getting a handle on that. It's like we're coming out of that energy here. It may be cloudy in regard to the direction that you might want to go in, but regardless, that energy is being shed, that energy is being simplified. Things are being demystified in certain ways. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's in regard to things of the past, it feels. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You got two cards popping out. So you have the Six of Wands in reverse, Scorpio. And you have the Page of Pentacles here. So it's interesting because it's like, I want to say, try not to beat yourself up in regard to how much time has been, I don't know. I don't want to say you felt like it's been wasted on a situation, but like we go through certain things for certain reasons. Yeah, don't beat yourself up for the amount of time it took. Don't beat yourself up for the potential things that you could have lost because you spent so much time being in a relationship with somebody that was wrong for you, and they aren't wrong for you. It gets you to the spot that you exactly need to be in. It just feels wrong because it hurts. Don't feel like you wasted time and like you could have done all these things, but you vacillated and you were in a situation. I wouldn't hold on to that type of stuff. I wouldn't sit there and beat myself up about it. I would literally take the knowledge that I have now and move forward ever so slowly into what you feel is going to be healthy for you, what you feel is going to stabilize your energy, what makes you feel good. I think Scorpio, it's interesting because when we invest in people that don't have our best interest at heart, and also being Scorpio, it's like when you allow somebody in, you give, and you give to them fully, like you want that reciprocal thing, but it's more than that. Sometimes it's like almost owning somebody. And if this is somebody who dealt with that type of energy, it could go back and forth. It's almost as if like you're coming back to a sense of yourself now. I urge you though to pay attention to what it is in your life that you are going to embark on that is best for you at this time, and move forward on it. Go intentionally, go slowly. Try not to beat yourself up about maybe what you lost or the time that was spent with an ogre, Don't do that. Show me more for Scorpio, please. Okay, so first card out, you have the Three of Wands, Scorpio. Second card out is the Nine of Swords. And the third is the Hermit. I feel that like it almost feels like this is like the present or current situation or energy, like frustration still. It's almost like being in an entanglement in your mind and in your heart, and sometimes like you can't just easily wash your hands of that. It's like you have such a connection to somebody that you can't really just move away from them. It's like part of you in your core feels like this person was supposed to be that person for you. It's like and it's almost like waiting for it, like second guessing yourself and waiting for a situation to change so you can like almost go back to a situation. You need to be conscious of how you're going to take control of your life, Scorpio. You know, I want to say this, if it brings you pain to think about a situation, if it hurts you to maintain the desire to engage in a situation, if a situation makes you feel like you don't know how to stand up in it, you don't know which direction to go in it, yet you're tethered to it, yet you are stuck in it, that's not a healthy situation. Especially when you've thought one thing, you know, like, and not to say like, oh, we think one thing and something else happens. That happens all the time. But like, if you're banking on a situation that is going to be a huge component of your life, and it turns out to be either, I don't want to say a flop, but like a really, really heavy lesson with a person, like, you need to at some point come to a decision where it's like, I'm not going to re-engage with that. Is that healthy for me to do that? I'm not going to re-engage with that. I'm going to, you know, I feel like try my best to get it out of my mind, try my best to do the things that I can do in my life to move forward in the direction that I want to go in, that's best for me, with people that care for me, that people that engage me, and I can be myself with them. It's almost this person, whomever this person is that you dealt with, like it feels like there was a level here where it's like you were trying to be yourself and show them yourself, but then there's also levels of like kowtowing, like bending backwards and forwards for them, doing things that weren't quite 100% in your nature, going above and beyond and exceeding things that weren't necessarily right to do, because it almost made this person feel like you would do anything for them, and they took advantage of that. That's what it feels like. And you need to look within yourself. You need to also look within yourself in regard to, because I feel like some of you are maybe feeling a little guilty in regard to how you experience things now thinking about that aspect. Like, oh my God, I bent over backwards. I did this, I did that for them. Like, and it's not somewhere where it's like you overextended yourself and that was dumb. It's more like you see the reality within how giving you can be, but also how almost like blinded by a situation you were. And it's like somebody leading a lamb to slaughter, essentially. They'll go along happily, you know, as long as you're touching me and I'm by your side. Oh shit, we're at the slaughterhouse. You know, like, it's almost like a realization, like this person, you have to pay attention to where you're at in yourself with this type of energy, where your thoughts are in regard to this energy. You know, you have to also get over the idea that this person was the one, or they were supposed to be in my life and everything went wrong and this has to be the person and I'm never going to find love again. And I'm going to hold on to this person even though they may not talk to me, or like they may just be a completely evaporated entity out of my life, but they're going to come back one day. They're going to come back one day. Like, there's an energy here where you need to like release that, you know, because you have to start trusting your own guidance. You have to start trusting your own feelings. A lot of you, I feel, have let go of the ability to trust certain aspects of your feelings. It's like you don't trust yourself anymore in certain ways because this was such a harsh lesson, a harsh message. Some of us aren't equipped with certain knowledge in regard to how to go about life when shit hits the fan, essentially. We either just cave in within ourselves. We go without food. We drink too much. We eat too much. We become completely devoid in our own life. I want to pull out more for your outcome. Show me more for the outcome of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you have the Two of Cups in your outcome. 2 more cards, please. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. A Hierophant. Show me more for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh. So you have the Magician here. He's in reverse. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to make sure you can see everything. He flopped out in reverse. I put him upright, and then I was like, no, leave him in reverse. With Justice at the bottom of the deck. And the Four of Swords popping out. With the Six of Swords underneath the Four of Swords. This is somebody from your past. It's like a replay of the same situation over and over again, Scorpio. Like, I really want to do a video in regard to Scorpio where I'm not feeling these things. I want a video in regard to Scorpio where, like, the energy shifted, people are happy again, like there's ease and movement and freedom, and we're not bonded and tethered to, like, this thing that we think is supposed to be. If you're looking at a situation in regard to the Two of Cups, I'm going to read this in reverse and I'm going to read it upright, okay? The outcome, the future energy, outcome, future energy, I'm going to clop those together because it's the movement. We're moving this way, all right? You need to look at this situation. You have the Hermit here looking at this Two of Cups, okay? Shining a light on this Two of Cups. Now the Two of Cups is over here looking at this Hermit. Well, they're not looking at it, but they're here with the Hermit. The Hermit has its back to this energy, okay? What's next? The Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse is not somebody who you want to engage with, especially in regard to matters of love, matters of trust. It almost feels like you need to truly look at this situation. It almost feels like this is kind of like blowing the top off of your own understanding in regard to how things work in relationships and how you connect to people, and sometimes how we build up stories or like beliefs or decisions that this is the right person and I'm going to be there forever for this person, but they're not proving anything to you. They're not showing you anything, and what they do show you is this type of energy. In reverse or upright, this is talking about looking at this entire thing, because now the Hermit has every card that was out on the table to the back of him. Okay, just imagine every card that we've already gone through to the back of him. It's looking at a situation for what it is, truly holding a light up to that situation, and recognizing in regard to pursuits of love, regard to truth in regard to foundations, marriages, connections, the truth in regard to what we want. You know, these two cards together are really, really heavy hitters for me in regard to like a relationship, the ideal relationship. How about that? I'm feeling a lot of idealism here, and I feel here too, it's like we have to look in regard to how we idealized a situation from the past and how it still haunts us, how those idealized thoughts still haunt us, how we still cling to them, how we basically like indelibly mark them in our mind that this is the way it's supposed to be. This person is supposed to be in my life, or blah, blah, blah. We're, you know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's like, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want the ideal relationship? Because it doesn't feel like that's going to happen with the Magician in reverse. It doesn't feel like that, okay, Scorpio? What it feels like is that we have to do a lot of studying of ourselves, a lot of history of where we come from as far as how we understand love and life and connection to others and healthy relationships and situations that aren't supposed to hurt us, you know? We have to look at those things, look at where we've learned and grown, how like say you saw your dad beat your mom, okay? And that was a norm. Or your dad would drink too much, or your mom would drink too much, and, you know, unbridled alcoholism is normal. You know, like there are certain things in our lives that may become normal or may seem normal because we've experienced them on such a regular basis for so long and for such a long time. Like, but that doesn't mean that they're normal. It doesn't mean that they're healthy. It just means that we have exposure to something. Now, when we have exposure to things of that nature, when we have exposure to things that basically are red flags, we need to look into them. We need to look into them, and we also need to look into how we are comfortable with them, how we perpetuate that energy, why we would want to hold on to that energy, you know? Because when we learn from what we've experienced in this whole situation and with all of the previous people that kind of feel like a lot of this energy with us, that's when we learn. The magician is all about learning from your experiences. I'm not going to call them mistakes. They're not mistakes. They're experiences. They're experiences that guide us towards understanding what it is that we need to change. They're experiences that allow us to move forward into a new way of thinking, a new path, an understanding of who we are, but on a heightened level. That is what the magician is about. And he's about utilizing those messages, those lessons, that abundant information that we have in us because we've held on to these things for so long. That's when we can start to manifest a proper relationship. But it comes from healing. It comes from being part of ourselves, being back to ourselves. You can't just go from a painful situation into a new thing. That's when things just perpetuate cycles and we just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Justice is at the bottom of the deck, okay? So in regard to this magician in reverse, this feels like a huge lesson. This person was removed from your life for a very specific reason. This person was here to guide you back to yourself. This person was here to show you your value, your self-worth, your energy, what it is that you need to focus on in regard to you. This person highlights where you negated yourself. This person highlights where they accepted everything that you gave them, but didn't return anything or didn't return at all, you know, and now you're holed up on them, waiting for them, hoping for them, you know. People play with people, and it's unfortunate, especially when you have a loving nature and a loving heart. People will sometimes take a lot of advantage of that. That's that magician in reverse. That's that negative energy. That's an opportunistic energy. It's somebody that'll just do what they want, and if you keep allowing it to happen, they will keep taking. The justice here with the devil at the bottom of justice, this is the universe saying, hey, listen, I heard you were having some trouble with this situation. I heard that you may be experiencing this over and over again in your life, or like, you know, maybe you've had enough of this experience now where it's like you get to look at yourself, you get to look at the situation for what it truly was and what it offered you, a huge dose of growth, which is great. But we have to like declutter the growth and the pain. We can't just glom them all together and say, that was painful. It was awful. How could I, you know, they could treat me like this. I'll never heal. I'll never, you know, and some people aren't even interested in healing. They're like, I just want to like drink and feel better. You know, like they're not interested in like healing the process. Those are the people that perpetuate this shit. You have to be introspective. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be adamant about the energy that you choose to engage in, the people that you choose to engage in, and those that you let inside of yourself and your life and your body. This is the universe saying, hey, we heard that you need some help with this. We took this person out of your life to show you these wonderful things about yourself that you need to pay attention to and heal. And this is also the universe saying, hey, I got your back. This person's out of your life. Time to look at the situation for what it was and heal. This is the energy that it's protecting you from. The devil energy. This is a manipulative person. This is somebody, I want to say sometimes somebody without much of a soul, much of a conscience, much of anything at all. I believe your last video was called Be Careful They Don't Have Integrity or something like that. Like, this is somebody who lacks integrity. Okay, this is somebody who's basically just swimming around in themselves, being opportunistic and waiting and ready for whatever little morsel floats on by. They got it. Let's clarify this deck. I want to use dragons. All right. Yeah, in regard to this person, the Five of Cups here, You have the Hermit popping out here twice. He's at the bottom of the deck. He's over in the middle over here. In regard to this Five of Cups in reverse, you have the Two of Swords, the Devil, and the Knight of Cups. So, you know, some of you, if you're currently dealing with this person, they may want to communicate with you, and I feel like they want to give you their emotional spiel. I'm going to say spiel. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel real. It feels like it's like what they understand an apology to be, and they kind of hit on certain levels of depth in it that kind of make you feel a little bit better. But it's almost as if like the communication is like so thought out in their mind that they like regurgitated it. That's what it feels like. I would say be careful of that. The Devil here is in the very center of the situation. The Two of Swords is where you want to be, on the fence completely with the situation. And I don't even mean on the fence. I mean like get the fuck off the fence and get out of here. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you have the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck for those 3 cards popping out. Like, you have other options. You have other availability. Don't beat yourself up because the situation didn't go in the direction that you wanted it. Not everything is going to go in the direction that you wanted it. If you got every single thing that you wanted, I pretty much almost guarantee you'd be dead. Like, we consume. We want what we want and we need it now. You know, it's like this, you can't do that with people, and you can't do that with lessons. People are brought into your life for specific lessons and understanding. You need to understand why they're there. You need to go through the pain, the aftermath, piece yourself together through the aftermath, pick yourself up and move on as best as you can. What's next? Show me the Seven of Cups. So you have the Nine of Wands. So, you know what? It's important at this time now, Scorpio, to be defensive about your options, to be defensive and protective about the things that are for you, to be protective about what makes you a better you. What are the potentials and what are the options? By going back into a situation with somebody who's treated you negatively, that kind of like says, I have no regard for myself. Whatever. I want it so bad that I just couldn't wait. And now, you know, I have this. But if you do go back to that, you're going to be hella defensive. Are you going to be able to trust them? Are you going to be able to? I don't think so. You have the Five of coins here at the bottom of the deck. This is talking about cutting somebody out. It's a lack mentality. When you have an energy of, when you have a belief that nobody's going to be there for you, when nobody's going to love you, you know, I don't deserve love, you know, I deserve this person because they at least spend time with me. Well, shit. Toxic people spend time with a lot of people. They're doing it so they can get what they want, but they're getting what they want. Why don't you, in a healthy way, go and get what you want out of life? Okay? Sorry, I don't mean to be harsh, but it's just like, this was for your benefit. As painful as it is, it's for your benefit. It was for your experience. Show me the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, you have the Five of Coins in reverse. So we just talked about the Five of Coins. It's now flying out in reverse, with Justice at the bottom of the deck. Again, this is what I want to talk about. When you turn your life into the direction that you choose to go in, something stable, something positive, something that's going to be long-lasting for you on your terms, not by somebody else's terms, not by the desire of somebody else, but for you, by you, on your own terms. You remove yourself from this stagnant energy. You take yourself out of the cold. For some of you, this person dropped you and now they're back, you know, but you got to learn from it. You have to learn from it. Do what is right for you. Again, you have the world, justice. You've got the universe on your back. It's rooting for you. You have to trust it. You don't have to trust it. You can do what you want. You don't have to watch this video either. But these are my 2 cents. I have a lot of 2 cents. These are some of them. Show me the Three of Wands for Scorpio, please. So in regard to Scorpio and these Three of Wands, what you want what you've hoped for, what you feel that is right for you and you've wanted for so long. You have the King of Cups popping up, which is Scorpio King. That's the Scorpio King card. It's also Pisces and Cancer. But with this card that's popping up, you also have the Seven of Swords here, Scorpio. You could be dealing with another water sign. This person is emotionally manipulative. They are untrustworthy. Again, with them that popped out too on a far side, those two fell out together. This one went flying over here. You have the Page of Pentacles. This is talking about not trusting this person. I know that this person is somebody that you felt was right for you. This is the only one in the world for you. And those are connections. Those are literal energetic bonds. You know, we have, I think I talked in the last video about like etheric cording, but we have cords that bond us to other people. You know, when those cords are strong, you have connection to them from previous life. You have connection to them from previous existence. Like when those are strong cords, they're going to be very, very hard to let go of. It's time to let go of them though. That's why they're so hard to let go of. You need to let go of them. This is talking about literally taking your time, going very slowly, and choosing a direction that stabilizes you on your terms for your own happiness, for your own benefit, something that's going to be genuine, and it's just for you, and that's only for you. And it's something that you start on your own. It's something that you have to step into on your own. This isn't going to be given to you. It's not going to be shown to you by anybody else. It's not going to be given to you by this King of Cups with the Seven of Swords, that's for sure. And if it is offered to you in that regard, if this person does offer something to you, it's taken for forever to get here. And it's not much of anything at this point. It's really not much of anything. It's going to take forever to continue, you know. It's on their terms. You do life on your terms. This is what they would do on their terms. They'd string you along. Show me the Nine of Swords for Scorpio, please. Show me the Nine of Swords for Scorpio. So you have the Page of Cups with the Nine of Swords, Scorpio. Yeah. Oof. And now you have the Emperor here with the Hierophant at behind the Emperor. So this person, if they apologize to you, I don't believe that this is something that you can bank on. This is something that you're going to be in your head about constantly. Are they telling me the truth? Can I believe what they're saying? Is this something that I can trust? This Page of Coins energy, this took forever to get here, and it's kind of barely wishy-washy, barely even happening, but they're still offering me something. Should I take it? Should I accept it? You know, do you want to? I mean, like, what has their track record shown you? I think that that's something that you need to pay attention to. What has their track record shown you already? Okay. The Emperor, especially in reverse, he's somebody who isn't trustworthy. He's upright here. He's upright because he didn't get a chance to flip out. He's the next card in the deck. But I'm feeling that this Emperor is weird energy. Show me the Emperor here. For the Emperor, you have the Chariot in reverse, flying out. This is no action, no movement. This person is imbalanced. This person has control issues. Show me the Hermit for Scorpio, please. Show me the Hermit for Scorpio. Scorpio. You have the King of Wands in reverse, Scorpio, in regard to the Hermit. So sure, you could be dealing with you could be dealing with a Virgo. You could also be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. You don't have to be. The King of Swords in reverse, that's somebody who you're doing a lot of research in regard to how they treated you in the past. But the King of Swords in reverse is somebody who is, they do what they want, when they want, how they want. It's kind of like that Emperor in reverse. They can be sexually manipulative. They can be sexually destructive. They can be sexually abusive as well. They can also be they have a lot of sex. This person has a lot of sex, and it's not just like sex. It's like, it's some interesting sex, some possibly some sketchy sex. Show me the King of Wands in reverse for Scorpio. Show me the King of Wands in reverse. The Empress in reverse. This situation is done. This Empress in reverse talks about no longer wanting to move forward in situations, no longer wanting to continue something, which is great in regard to the Hermit and this King of Wands in reverse. That's great energy, you know. The Empress in reverse is good. It's not something that needs to be nurtured because this person is not a nurturing type of person. Be careful with them. I really want a Scorpio reading to be like super nice and loving and all of that stuff. But the fact that like these three cards here, even though that the Magician was in reverse, I'm going to put them upright just because this is the energy that we need to basically work out of in regard to the situation. We need to learn all of the lessons that came here. Do it slowly. You can't just learn it all at once, but you need to learn about the situation, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what's stagnant in your life now, what no longer needs to be upheld. That's when you start to open the door for new love, new reciprocal energy. Show me the Two of Cups for Scorpio, please. Okay, so in regard to the Two of Cups here, you have the Tower flying out first. That's basically letting this entire thing fall down. It's letting everything shut down, okay? The Page of Swords is here and the Four of Wands is here. When you do that, you basically get very serious about your life and you start to stabilize what it is that you need. You heal. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups here. You heal your emotional energy, Scorpio. That's your energy as well, the Queen of Cups. You heal your emotional energy. You start to patch up energy where it's like you felt that things should go one way, but they went another way. You start to trust emotions again. You start to trust your emotional being again. Show me the Hierophant. You have Strength in the Fool. So after that, which takes a lot of strength, you have a brand new beginning, Scorpio. But it's with you. You have to trust those things. You need to seek counseling. You need to seek help. You need to be able to trust yourself in these situations. Like being able to trust your heart in regard to emotions and what you give to people and knowing how much to give to people and where to pull back and how to make it a reciprocal dance. That's going to be something huge. So be conscious of that. But at this point, the Eight of Cups, you need to walk away from the situation. Okay? Walk away from the situation. You have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups. Do not accept this offer from this person. If this person wants to talk to you, don't do it. Don't accept it back. Listen to them, sure, but don't accept it back. All right, it's like 32 minutes. This video is 33 minutes. My name is Isel. I'm on